Hello everyone, welcome to my next video. In last class we have completed the self-incompatibility concept. Now we shall enter to the another concept, that is the male sterility. Before starting the topic, please do follow me on my Instagram account Time to Be Intellectual, and please do subscribe to my channel because your feedback and your subscription is very valuable for me. It keeps me very energetic. And let's continue. Male sterility. What is a male sterility? See, in a flower, actually I had explained you in previous classes, but still again I will say, male sterility. In a flower there will be a male part and a female part. If in that flower the male part is sterile, that is if the stamens, pollens are sterile, then we call them as male sterility. In this, only the female will be functional, male will be non-functional. That is what we say. It is characterized by a non-functional pollen grains, that is the male part, and while female gametes are functional, normal. And in the male sterility concept, it includes of three types, that is genetic male sterility, cytoplasmic male sterility, and cytoplasmic genetic male sterility. Let's see one by one. Okay friends, let's begin with the genetic male sterility. With the name itself, here the genotype do matters a lot. Ordinarily, it is governed by a single recessive gene MS. But in safflower, it is governed by dominant gene. The male sterility line is maintained by crossing male sterile line with the heterozygous male fertile plants. We shall see in detail in further this topic. Let's begin with the utilization of the plant breeding, that is the seed production concept. We mainly discuss here how it is commercially be used. See, genotypically speaking, it is A line. A line is a male sterile line and it is a B line. B line is a maintainer line here. It is a maintainer line. It is a male sterile line. But phenotypically, yes, it's male sterile. Now, the progeny we obtained is in the ratio of 1:1 with a male sterile is to male fertile. That is, one male sterile is to one male fertile we get due to this ratio. Dear friends, in the seed production plot, this complete progeny, in the beginning we don't know which is male sterile and male fertile. It's a mixture of it, right? So this complete progeny is used as a female plant. You might get a doubt that what happens to this fertile plants. I will tell you that. See, in this plot here they use this as a male as a female plant, and in between that with a certain ratio and the male fertile plant, the heterozygous fertile plant will also be used, and that is the pollinator here. But the female plants, that is the female plants what we plant here, contain male fertile plants also, right? So this is the problem with this genetic male sterility system, because here you have to find which is the fertile one in later stages. Sometimes in the beginning only they show the pleiotropic effect and some phenotypic effect. Due to these effects, we can try to identify is it fertile or not. Then if we found it is fertile, we have to remove it. We have to completely remove the fertile plants before the pollen shredding itself. That's why it is very costly and it is commercially be not much used. Maybe it is used in a castor and all. So it is very difficult here. But the main problem here is identifying the fertile plant and removing it. Okay friends, cytoplasmic male sterility. In this, the male sterility is determined by the cytoplasm. Let's see how it is. Since the cytoplasm of a zygote comes primarily from egg cell, the progeny of such male sterile plant will always be male sterile. See, in an individual, in the progeny, the fusion of both female and male nucleus takes place, but the cytoplasm is derived from the female itself. And the cytoplasm contains some genes. And that gene, if it is governing the male sterility, then the progeny will also be male sterile. I will explain you with example. See, consider this is a A line, a male sterile line, and a female line, and B line it is a fertile line. Male, see, in the cytoplasm, and the genes may be, let's consider here for understanding it is equal, and only the difference between them is the cytoplasm gene, that is sterile and fertile genes. In this it contains a sterile gene, in this it contains a fertile gene, and the progeny will get this nucleus is fused with this nucleus, and the cytoplasm obtained is from this, and the resulting will be sterile. Thus this cytoplasmic male sterility do function, and it doesn't contain R line. Here we don't need R line here, so it is very little easy here, and it is mainly used in a crop species where seeds are not end products. And dear friends, it is mainly or generally we use them in the maize, that is for the double cross hybrids. The next one is cytoplasmic genetic male sterility. Dear friends, here both genetic and cytoplasmic concepts involved here. Let's see how it happens, and most of the hybrid seed productions are done through this. It is a normally cytoplasmic male sterility. It is a normally cytoplasmic male sterility where dominant gene restores the fertility. Just understand the definition. I will explain you. When I explain the complete system, you will get to know what this means. Here comes the three important lines involved in the productions or the mechanism of the cytoplasmic genetic male sterility CGMS system. First one is A line or recessive MS line, a male sterile line. See, this is a male sterile line in which it is isogenic with a B line, that is the genetically they are recessive in nature, contains the sterile condition, that is sterile genes in the cytoplasm. Similarly, B line is a maintainer line which maintains this A line, is used to maintain the sterility of the A line. The sterility of A line is maintained through this line. Usually I will tell you one thing here, genetic is dominant over cytoplasm. If there is a dominant gene that governs the system or the male sterility, then automatically cytoplasm genes are not considered here. As they are recessive, the cytoplasmic genes do consider, as they contain sterile genes in the cytoplasm, they are sterile. They contain fertile genes in the cytoplasm, and they are fertile. And these two are isogenic lines in which identical for all traits except for the fertility status. The difference between these is only fertility. Next comes the R line, restorer line. This is the line that restores the fertility in the A line. I said you that the dominant condition is the genetic one. If the genetic genes are dominant, then automatically it takes over the cytoplasm genes. Same thing happens here. Here it contains the dominant gene, complete dominance and homozygous dominance, and the cytoplasm may contain sterile genes or may not. It is not considered. This is the one governing the sterility. So this is the restoration line. Now I will explain you the mechanism. Okay friends, let's see the mechanism, the seed production, how does it take place. I said A line, it is recessive gene and it contains the sterile cytoplasm genes, that is the male sterile cytoplasm genes, and it is similar to that but contain a fertile genes in the cytoplasm, hence it is fertile, it is sterile. It is known as the A line, male sterile line. It is the maintainer line, B line, and the progeny we get is a male sterile one itself, contains a recessive one and the sterile cytoplasm as it is a mother. Next comes the restorer line. The restorer line is dominant, contains the dominant genes. It may contain fertile or sterile genes, it doesn't matter here. And the progeny will be, it is homozygous dominant, the progeny will be heterozygous dominant and contains the sterile gene from this mother. But as it contains the fertile gene in the nucleus, this progeny will be fertile and it restores the fertility in the male sterile one. That is the importance. It is usually the hybrid one what we get. This is a process of seed production. I think now you got to know what the mechanism of this is. But there is a problem in this. as genetic male sterility is very problematic and it's very difficult, it is very costly. In this one there are some exceptions, like in some crops we get the seed set is very low, or what happens, the restoration is the problem. In some cases the male sterility will be gone and it leads to the fertility due to some temperature variations. And there are other problems, or sometimes some unwanted genes that governs. There are some problems that is concerned with this CGMS system, but in most of the crops the CGMS system is used for the seed production.